Hey, what's up, guys? Little man with a big opinion here. So, what everyone is talking about in the news right now, even the political podcasts that I saw myself watching a few moments before I decided to go ahead and record a video, is Trump's got 34 felony counts for the exact same issue. Everything I'm hearing, it really just seems like they're trying to get the right to protest and riot. But what I hear no one talking about, because I go and I look at Fox News and there's 15 articles talking about, Trump flew to New York from Florida. Trump's plane landed. Trump got in his car. Trump is at the DA's office. Here's a picture of Trump. They're following it like minute by minute. And I saw one article, and I did the same thing with CNN. 95% of their front page, if you type in CNN.com, is following everything going on with Trump. And I actually had to click on their world section to find one article about this. But Finland joined NATO, and I definitely think that is more of a pressing matter than what's, in my opinion, nothing's really going to happen with the whole Trump thing. I think they're just trying to give a little bit of cannon fodder for the primaries to try to keep them out, because from the opinions of most Americans, I really think we're going to go back to a Republican president, regardless of if it's the Trump or DeSantis or, a governor of Arkansas or whatever. I'm not too concerned prepper-wise about that. I'm more concerned about now there is a additional country that shares a border with Russia that has joined a military alliance that was specifically made to keep Russia in check and team up with a lot of the other countries of the world if, Russia decides to get spicy. I say that because I really feel like we're getting much closer to the idea of low yield tactical nukes being used. And then, the other somewhat pressing matter that is getting overshadowed by the whole Trump thing is Brazil and China, discussing, ditching the US dollar and trading with the yuan. So it's looking more and more like the petrodollar reserve is not going to be the reserve country of the world. And if that's the case, then the United States is in a very slow fall to second place when it comes to the strongest economy in the world. And we're kind of at this turning point where a lot of countries in Central Africa and Oceania and the Southwest Pacific, they are very much in the developing category, and if the United States isn't there to continue what we've done, I might see an issue with that. Mainly because, when one, we've been the superpower of the world since World War II. We kind of had a little competition with Russia for 45 years over who was going to be the dominant superpower, and it's very much looking like we're going to go back into a scenario of, you know, China would definitely like to have that number one spot. Russia is a somewhat third place competitor, but they're kind of scary in wanting to move up to a first place. I say that because I don't really think they've got the economy, the population, the resources to really compete. But that doesn't mean they're not going to go down without a fight. I don't think Japan, South Korea, India, Germany, any of these other countries that are in those like 15th to 5th place spots are really worried about, going up or down in, ranking. But I think we are starting to see, somewhat of, lines drawn in the sand. If Russia feels threatened, then, they might do something stupid that gives us the big WW3. China might also be a little stupid. North Korea definitely seems like they might be a little stupid. There's other countries on this list that, depending on, the situations that they get put in, they might be out, looking for what's best for them. We're not really 100% certain how things are going to go. But I can say for certain, China's not our friend. Russia, for the most part, isn't our friend. India, we're kind of in a neutral position. A lot of these, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, I put them in neutral positions as well. And we really don't want to do anything to escalate or force anyone's hand, because if we do another round of fighting across the world, the lives that we live currently are not going to be sustainable. Most Americans don't know what it's like having to, ration at all. Most Americans don't know what it's like to have to produce anything for themselves. Most Americans probably wouldn't like the idea of having to pay double or triple the price for some of their things, because, different parts of the world are fighting each other and we're not getting the same amount of resources from across the world that we are typically used to. And we're already upset about paying higher prices, as the world still tries to build back up to pre-COVID production numbers and levels. So, at a bare minimum, our lives are definitely going to get more difficult. That's bare minimum. At a higher level, there's a very real possibility of, open conflict. And, I haven't heard people say the Civil War thing in a minute, but, that's something else that we should keep in mind, as it is a possibility. So, that's what I see going on in the world. And that's why I continue to advocate for being prepared. Because if we're not prepared, then when stuff like this happens, people die, at worst, and at best, people have to go through hardship. And that's not something that we want to happen. So, I'll continue the same message that I always say. If you don't have several months worth of food set aside, then you should probably start stacking to the rafters. If you don't have, I'd say the ability to store about, I'd say 20 gallons of water. And these are my bare minimum numbers. If you don't have 20 gallons of water storage, then that's something you should work on. And then, if you don't have some firearms to protect yourself, I'd go get something. Even if it's just one, make sure it's, 223 5.56 or a shotgun or a 22, something common, and start practicing with it. I can almost guarantee you after the first one, you're gonna be hooked, and I can make another video talking about firearms and what of this you should have and what of that you should have. And then make sure you've got a somewhat well-rounded first aid kit. Okay? You've got the basic medicine to keep yourself healthy. Outside, puppies. Let's go outside. Alright? If you've got pets, include them in the mix. Make sure you've got water storage for them, and you've got their food stored up as well. Because we like our pets. And I'd say that's your bare minimums. After that, that's when you start looking for things like, backup electricity. You start looking at, being self-sufficient, producing some of your own things. But that's what I have for y'all. I'm going to make sure they're fed, and I'm going to keep paying attention to the news so that I can keep making videos for y'all. So, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you found the information useful and you like what I'm doing with the channel, hit the subscribe button. Stick around. Invite your friends and family to join, because we care about our friends and family, and we don't want to not go through life without them. So share my knowledge with them, and let's keep this channel growing. And with that, I'll catch you in the next one.